Hello, we are going to talk about how to manage healthy food for Denver kids contract with City of Denver. This contract right now is in year 2. Our first year contract, we were awarded $162,000. We used all that money. In the second year, in 21-22, we've been awarded $252,000. The money has to be spent between August 1st of 2021 and July 31st of 2022. Originally, they told us that this is a 3-year contract. So in 2022, we should apply for renewal and they would most likely approve us for another 50% increase. So we should apply for $400,000. That renewal is a very simple process. There is no grant application. What they require is a presentation, 10-minute presentation in front of their board. So let's make sure we do the right presentation and that should carry us through. So let's start how to manage this contract. You want to go into login.imagesilo.com. This is the document management system for Food for Thought Denver. Our entity ID is 11317. Use the username and password. John Gabriel set it up for you. If you don't have it, please ask John Gabriel to set up for you. When you log in, you will see a number of projects. At a minimum, you will see grants, but you should also see food purchases. If you don't have food purchases, ask John Gabriel to give you that access. So first, you go into grants, and you will see a number of records here. And I don't see any right now, so that's something going on here. Let's see. Grants. Maybe let's see what is going on here. There it is. So when you click on grants, it will ask you to search the document. And then when you search the documents, you should see all the documents in your grant. I've added 4 contract documents here for HFDK. Healthy Food for Denver Kids, HFDK. So document type is contract, grant name is Denver HFDK. And there are 4 documents. One is the year 2 scope of work. One is year 2 budget. One is template invoice. And one is HFDK contact list. I did not add year 1 information because it's already been complete. So if you double click on year 2 scope of work, it will open in a separate window that PDF. I'm going to stop sharing so that I can show you what that PDF looks like. And I'm going to start sharing again. And let's see if we can open up that PDF. All right, hopefully you can see this. So here is the scope of work for year 2. And it shows here that we've been awarded $252,500 for year 2. This is just information I had put in the proposal, original proposal. So there's not a whole lot new information here as to overview our target population, how we manage this volunteer system, the role of our board, our volunteers, our partners at Food Bank of the Rockies and Denver Public School. Now, one thing to realize is the City of Denver HFDK specifically requires that all the funds be only used within the City of Denver. So we don't use funds for Westminster from this money. It's very important to know that. Okay. So some of the things we have agreed to as part of this grant is that, we will make sure that we measure the impact. We track pounds of food delivered, which we already do, obviously, right? But we told them that we will do that. Is the timeline we agreed to. At the time we applied, we were thinking we'll start August 20th, but looks like now we're going to start September 10th. It's no big deal. That just means we won't send them an invoice for August. And then, what we will evaluate. They are very big on this evaluation and outcome measures. Okay, so our outcome measures, what I said is number of children served, number of meals served, right here, right? That way, we are not promising something we cannot deliver. So go through this just to make sure that you know what we have promised them, right? And then how we're going to report these things to them. They're going to require a number of report. They used to require every 3 months. Now they change it to every 6 months. So the very first report is going to be due February 1st. Now you will get an email from them with a link to Google form. So everything you need is just you enter that into Google form, and then the final report in July. And then along with that, they ask us to meet certain, attend certain technical meetings. So at a minimum, you are required to participate in 3 webinars and trainings provided by their staff. But I suggest, it's a monthly thing. If you have time, just go, turn the stupid thing on. You don't have to participate as long as you are there. Your presence is good enough. Just make sure, in a Zoom call on the side, just put your name and Food for Thought Denver so they know that you attended. That's the most important thing here. The second thing, document you will see in that image silo is the budget for year 2. So if you click on that, it will show up right here. And this is the budget we agreed to, that we will, bag 42,500 bags for them at $5. That's $212,000. And then we'll use 12,000 of their money for trucking services. Now, when I talked to John, he mentioned that all these invoices are handwritten, which looks non-professional. So we don't want to do that. We want to make sure that invoices we submit are at least typed at a minimum. If we don't have $12,500 in trucking cost, we can add more into food. It's okay, as long as the total remains the same. Okay. And then the other thing they agreed to give us at the last moment is this. Well, before I say that, let me say this. They are also giving us indirect cost for 10%. So they'll reimburse our indirect cost. This could be our insurance. This could be, some that pellet we bought one time. Things we are not specific to food purchase or the program expense. They will pay up to 10%. So if you don't want to put everything in food, you have 212,000 plus all the 12, 225,000 plus 10% miscellaneous you can bill them, which is not contract expense. I mean, direct expense. So that's a nice thing. So make sure you put that. But everything you put in, you will need an invoice for. And the last thing they agreed to was to give us this $5,000 to be part of what's known as a nutrition learning circle. So they want to know how we are meeting the nutrition needs, and meet them and talk to them about those couple of hours a month. And for that, we get additional $5,000. Now, Healthy Food for Denver Kids is very particular about nutrition. It's very important to them. So we have told them that 2 things. One, we've removed all products with added sugar, right? So which is the truth. We used to have those Rice Krispies, we remove them. So any products with added sugar, we should not include. And if we, for some reason, have that, then we should not invoice them for that. Idea is that their money cannot be used for unhealthy food. That's very important to them. Other thing we have told them is that we order based on what's needed based on the demographics of these kids. And we have almost 2/3 of our demographics is Hispanic. I told them that, the ladies who order food for us are of Hispanic descent. So that way, we are ordering culturally sensitive food. That's another very important thing for them. The third thing we have told them as part of this year 2 is that Food Bank of the Rockies has, plans for this meal in a box or something where, there's going to be a chef designed meal and we'll get a packet. And Bob and I talked about that. We will participate in that. And they are very excited about that. So that all is part of this learning circle, just that that's additional 5,000 we are getting. So the next document you will see in here is the document of a template invoice. So if you double click on that, I'm going to stop sharing, and then I'm going to start sharing again so I can show you that template invoice. So every month, within a week after the month ends, we need to send them an invoice of the previous month. And this is what that invoice template looks like. I highlighted everything in yellow which you will need to change. So, whatever the power sets we have, we just bill them for it. Now, this billing amount comes exactly from our packing slip, and I'll show you that in a second. If we have a trucking invoice, we add that right here. If we have indirect expenses, we add that right here, like insurance and whatnot. And if you have that learning circle, we just bill them $1,000 a month or something for the learning circle. So total it will automatically create, but make sure you remove the highlight parts before you submit. So actually you can keep in this one, it's fine. They know we are using a template. So those are the information you would change and then send them the invoice. But along with the invoice, before you send the invoice, make sure that you include the supporting documents. So every piece of amount in here must include where that supporting information is. So I'm going to stop sharing and show you. So let's share again with those PDF documents. Let's find those. Let's see, where are we here? It's not this, it's not this. I think it's this. Here it is. Okay. So this is the order, agency order we received from John's office when those ladies make the order. And this has the total amount. So I use this total amount exactly in the invoice. Only thing I change is I divide that by 5 and then put that as number of power sacks, and that's about it. Okay. Now, this is the MSU order. You can include MSU, East, West, whatever you want, as long as, I would personally stay away from West, just because that may include Westminster, right? So you can include both MSU and East right here and total that and include both as the supporting documents. If you had a trucking invoice, you include that as well. And then, if you had indirect expense invoice, everything, essentially all the invoices they need as a backup. Okay, that's very, very important to them. Now, I'm also going to tell you where these things go, and they go to an email called invoices at HFDK, and I'll include that in a Word document, and I'll show you that Word document. I'm going to stop sharing this and start sharing again. So there is a Word document also in the image silo, and that Word document is called HFDK context. If you double click on that, okay, you will see that number of, let's see, where is my Word document? Hold on, I'm trying to share this and I don't find it. So let me close that, then share screen. There it goes. And let's see. So this is the Word document. It has contact information for 3 most important people in that organization. Lane Sidlowski, she actually manages this whole department about food. Paige Cheney, she's in charge of the HFDK program. She's our main contact. And Lauren works with Paige. So Paige and Lauren and Paige are the 2 people who we converse with on a monthly basis. Lauren usually leads the meetings, approves our invoices, and then if there's an issue, then Lane will jump in. So that's how this thing works. And then I'm going to add here in email as to where to send invoices as well. So you will have that in the document as well. So that's all about managing the contract for HFDK. If you have any questions, I'm always available. Just let me know.